Hi, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your interest in my program. My program has now been combined, my nutrition therapy program has now been combined with a metabolic balance program. So, what is that all about and what does that mean for you? We're going to talk about it. What's covered in this information video? Again, thank you for tuning in. What is it and how does it work? We're going to talk about the science based metabolic program, how it works, why it's so effective, and why it's the leading program in the weight loss industry. Why and how. What does coaching with me look like? We're going to discuss exactly what your coaching process is going to look like, all the touch points included in our 6-month timeline. And what's included and what's the cost. We'll cover the associated costs in the program and exactly what you're getting. What is metabolic balance, first of all? Metabolic Balance is an innovative, all natural nutrition program that brings balance to your hormones, optimizes your health, and leads to a new, invigorating lifestyle, resulting in successful long-term weight management. So, how does that work? How does that happen? Well, Metabolic Balance was developed over 25 years ago by a doctor in Germany. The program was originally designed to heal inflammation and reverse metabolic syndrome in this doctor's patients, which also resulted in achieving optimal body weight, body composition. The program was designed by studying the chemistry of one's individual lab values, which is really fascinating, and the chemistry of food, and using that as a prescription to help these patients of this doctor get themselves out of metabolic dysfunction. So, to date, the program is managed by dedicated physicians and nutritional scientists. What is metabolic balance? The foundation of the program is Metabolic Balance's unique capability to develop a truly personalized nutrition plan based on an in-depth analysis of your unique blood values, medical history, and personal likes and dislikes. So don't worry, you don't have to eat anything you don't like. I promise. I don't eat anything I don't like. Your personalized nutrition plan acts as your roadmap indicating exactly which natural foods you should eat in order to orchestrate the biochemical changes needed for reaching your desirable weight and health goals. We'll get into a lot of that when we meet individually and we go over what your health goals, we revisit your health goals. So Metabolic Balance is 100% natural. There are no prescribed injections, pills, shakes, or proprietary foods, nor, as with some diets are you required to keep count points, count calories. There's none of that. Your local grocery store, farmers market can easily provide all the wholesome, nutrient-rich foods listed on your personalized nutrition plan. What to expect from Metabolic Balance: weight loss and improved energy, better sleep, improved moods, less bowel and stomach problems, potential reduction or elimination of the need for metabolic syndrome type medications. You will find hormonal balance and you will have an improved immune function. Now, if weight loss is not something you desire, that's okay. We still bring your body back into balance where you get better sleep, more energy for doing the things you love. All your metabolic markers will come back into balance. Just because you may not need to lose weight does not mean that this program cannot benefit you. You will have or can expect reduced symptomatic allergies and intolerances, improve joint inflammation and pain, save money on your weekly grocery bills. Basically, the program pays for itself in just a few months. The highest success rate for lifelong health benefits and weight. A potential benefit for sufferers of PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. These are potential benefits. So how does it work? We have 8 rules. The more you can adhere to the 8 rules, the better your results. So if you don't adhere to all 8 rules, you will still get results, but adhering to all of them gets you better results. Exactly 3 well-balanced meals a day, no snacking. Ensure there is a 5-hour break between meals. Make sure each meal lasts no longer than 60 minutes. That's for you grazers out there. Keep it within that 60-minute time frame. Begin every meal with 1 or 2 bites of the protein portion. This is for a satiety hormone to be released from your GI tract. This will help you control how much you're eating. You'll feel fuller sooner. Be sure to have only one kind of protein per meal and have all 3 different proteins that you're recommended to have in one day. So this helps with amino acid, your amino acid profile, and the uptake of amino acids from your foods, which is imperative for all healthy metabolic processes, but especially important for muscle maintenance and muscle growth. If possible, do not eat after 9 p.m. For shift workers, we could talk about that. Drink the quantity of water that I have calculated for you to have throughout the day. It is essential that you have the amount of water through the day that you are required to have. This way, the detoxification process can happen, and all through the kidneys, through elimination, through sweat, and it also will help with energy, fullness, hormonal balance, all the things. And eat an apple a day with one of your meals. Real easy, right? Okay, now we're going to talk about how elevated insulin levels will lead to the following changes. So when we have high insulin levels as a result of whatever we're eating, first of all, what insulin does is it moves glucose in out of the bloodstream and into the cells for fuel. When insulin is chronically high, fat breakdown shuts down, and here's why we have higher cholesterol, higher triglycerides. They go up because the liver keeps making fat instead of burning it. With high insulin, your body is requiring the use of glucose, so fat does not get used. Adrenaline and cortisol will also rise, creating more stress on the body, impairing sleep. The net result is stubborn weight, especially around the belly. I just got my lights went out. Okay, that's okay. We'll move along. Big spikes in insulin throughout the day will result in a roller coaster of energy, mood, cravings. Adrenaline and cortisol rise when you have that crash, and then we have irritability, brain fog, anxiety. Melatonin decreases. So when cortisol rises, melatonin will decrease, and that's going to affect your sleep. DHEA decreases. DHEA is the backbone of all other hormones and essential for muscle building. In order to balance, we want to balance out this blood sugar roller coaster so we have steady energy, less stress on the body. We get to get our better sleep cycles together. What happens over time when we have chronically high elevated levels of insulin is the body stops listening to the insulin signal, and it keeps pumping out more insulin because the glucose now is staying in the bloodstream because there's no room at the inn anymore in the cells because we are having too much sugar throughout the day. The body now pumps out more insulin. Higher insulin means more fat storage, and more fat breakdown is blocked. Human growth hormone also declines, which again is going to affect our sleep, going to affect our capabilities of building muscle mass. And this cycle is going to drive belly fat, cravings, fatigue. And let's talk about why this is so much more important for us women in menopause and perimenopause. Hormonal shifts are going to magnify the effects of insulin. Cortisol is already elevated in perimenopause and menopausal women, and insulin is going to add fuel to the fire. When cortisol is present and insulin is present, this is going to drive more stress to the body and further decrease the ability of fat to be broken down. So the net effect here is weight gain, mood changes, poor recovery. We have sleep issues. Now, when we start to balance our insulin, stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline are going to calm down. Protective hormones that help with sleep, like melatonin, DHEA is an anti-aging and a muscle repair hormone, muscle building hormone, can rise again. Fat breakdown switches back on. Body taps into stored fat for energy. And the result is steady weight, improved mood, more consistent energy. So we're going to look at what the 4 phases of metabolic balance look like and how do we get all those hormones back in order so we can feel better and lose weight. We have a preparation phase, which is 2 days where you do a gentle detox. I am guiding you through all of this. We have a strict phase that is at least 14 days long. You can expect the most significant amount of weight loss during this strict phase, and we have a lot of touch points with one another during this time. We then get to relax a little bit. This may last weeks or months, and the duration for the maintenance phase then is unlimited. Our work together is a 6-month program. You and I work together for 6 months. The first 3 weeks is intense timing for us, where we are in very frequent communication. I'm helping you every step of the way. You have a personal food list. This comes after we get your blood work, which I'll talk about during the consultation section of this video. So we'll get there. We're getting there. You have a personal food list. There is, like I said, no special shakes or anything like that. You get a food list of proteins that are going to work especially well with your own biochemistry based on your blood work, personal food list of carbohydrates, and what does the meal plan look like. So we talk about meals with protein, fiber, healthy fats to slow glucose absorption. We replace the carbs in the morning with more healthy options. Let's say you would have a balanced breakfast to lower morning cortisol, prevent a mid-morning crash, stuff like eggs and spinach instead of muffin, and coffee to sustain our energy all day long. Not to say you're not going to be able to have coffee, you can. But once our energy levels are more balanced, we don't go through that blood sugar spike and crash where we need to recaffeinate or boost our energy with sugar throughout the day. That's not what these meal plans are. All natural foods made to balance your energy and help your hormones. So the outline of our nutritional consultations. We have our first appointment to complete your intake form, evaluate your goals. We discuss the pillars of health, and I provide you with a welcome guide, and a requisition form is given for the blood work. Our second appointment is to review the plan, because I'll get the plan back. We go over the plan in great detail. I'm going to instruct you to fully read your plan over twice during this appointment. Write down any questions, ask your questions of me, and we have frequent communication during the first 16 days. Third appointment, we're going to evaluate your results. We're going to review phase 3. After that, weeks 4 through 24, again, it's a 6-month program. Every 2 weeks, we have ongoing guidance and accountability. We have a Zoom call every 2 weeks. We evaluate your results of those 2 weeks. We tweak the program as necessary. Ongoing nutrition education from me. Of course, there's always tweaking because life happens. Certain things may bother you digestively that you didn't anticipate. That you may encounter a certain type of stressful time in your life. I'm there for you to help you mitigate the stress through lifestyle habits and optimization strategies. We do a phase 4 review. Sessions are 45 minutes long, all of our sessions. The first couple sessions may be longer, like 60 minutes, 90 minutes. But once we're in the 4 to 24 week phase, our sessions are 45 minutes long, video calls. What classifies? Why did I say that Metabolic Balance is the most successful weight loss program? What classifies as a successful weight loss program? When an individual reaches their goal weight and maintains it for 2 years. Metabolic Balance has a 60 to 80% success rate. The only program that has a higher than 50% success rate in over 35 countries is Metabolic Balance. All other programs have a lower than 50% success rate, even Weight Watchers, which I think is in the 30% range. I'm not entirely sure. Globally, the highest success rate is Metabolic Balance. Expected weight loss, how much can you expect to lose? Well, everybody will respond differently, and every body will respond differently. 5 to 8% of your total weight is lost during the 16-day reset period. So 5 to 8% of your total body weight, not the weight that you expect to lose. 5 to 8% of your total body weight is lost during the first 16-day reset period. 1 to 2% of your total body weight per week past that until an optimal body weight has been achieved. If your starting weight is 180 pounds, you can expect a 9-pound weight loss during the first 16-day reset period, and then roughly 1.5 to 3.5 pounds per week thereafter. And this is 9 to 14 pound weight loss during the 16-day reset period, but I err on the side of more conservative, but that's what you can expect. What is my expertise? Glad you asked. I have expertise in digestion, hormone balance, lifestyle strategies for peri and menopausal women. I have certified training in nutrition therapy with advanced coursework in GI health. I have experience supporting clients with bloating, constipation, food sensitivities, and microbiome balance. This is really the crux of my expertise. I have expertise as well and training in hormone balance. I have specialized education in women's health, menopause, and blood sugar regulation. I have training in interpreting blood chemistry and functional lab tests. I have expertise in lifestyle strategies for peri and menopausal women, in that I have been a certified personal trainer, group fitness instructor. I am a certified menopausal certification coach. I am a certified health coach and behavior change specialist, focusing on sleep, stress, and sustainable habit change. I have real world experience for over 15 years guiding women through weight, energy, and mood shifts during midlife. Cost of the program and what is included. Blood work included. Complete custom nutrition plan from your Metabolic Balance doctors in Germany. A bioelectrical impedance scale that I send you. This will help you with your body composition. It's not just about weight, it's about composition. We need to get away from the regular scale that weighs us and get into measuring our body composition. That is a true measure of health. 6 months of personalized coaching from me, a program that works without the yo-yo effect or the need to try something else. No additional costs ever again. You will always have your plan to revert back to if need be. So the cost of the plan, 6 months working with me and all of the blood work and everything we just went over, is $2,700. You can pay that in installments of $500 a month, but if you do the math, the $2,700 is less money paid in full than $500 a month for 6 months is $3,000. Okay, which if you were to pay to DIY this, you've probably already paid to DIY this more money than that and haven't gotten the results that you want. So you have me to rely on as your biggest cheerleader. You have the program to rely on. You have my expertise. We check in with one another. It's not just the every other week. Again, those first 16 days, first 3 weeks, we have a lot of touch points to go over, help you with your questions, and thereafter for the 24-week period to ensure that you are successful and you feel good. I want to thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please contact me. You can text me, you can email me. My information's right there, nrprinton@gmail.com. That's my email. Give a subject line of metabolic balance help or nutrition therapy help, and or text me at 848-391-9115. I'm always checking my phone for texts. And get on my wait list. And I'd love to have you as a client. Thank you so much for your time.